Surprisingly, a guy named Mike this time, not someone whose name I'm not aware of and called him Mike myself, is present in the subsequent footage. The man heard about an elementary school deep in the woods, and just to make things clear here, the school has been abandoned for quite a while. Just so you don't get the wrong dirty idea about Mike's intentions going to an elementary school as a grown adult. Okay, now why is he headed there? Why did he pick that school in specific? Did he find what he admires in there? Well, it seems you still don't trust this man's intentions, but he did go there because what he admires is what we all fear, including him, the ghosts. He heard lots of rumors about the building. Some people have suggested that place is indeed haunted, while others have claimed that based on personal experiences. Mike had no doubt that his actions would have a price to be paid if he went there, because a school so deep in the woods and abandoned for a long time cannot be a good place to visit. I mean, think about it. A normal school at night is an empty and scary place. How about a school with such specifications? As he was on his way to reach the place, Mike came across some student uniforms thrown around. As he described it, it seemed as if these students left the place in a hurry and didn't care what they had left behind. But nevertheless, these are just assumptions. The real terrifying deal is inside. Obviously, the mystery lies within the school itself. As the man began venturing around, the school felt eerie, especially with the missing person papers he found spread across the building. Though it seemed like he wasn't too baffled about it, once he began investigating deeper and paying closer attention, he found drawings on the ground, kids' drawings of what looked like scared kids trying to hide from a tall shadow figure. The tall shadow figure later revealed himself to Mike, sending him running a marathon, sweating for his life. Prior to the scary encounter, Mike heard creepy voices echoing through the building. Mike said he will never return to this place. I mean, yeah, did you see the size of that thing? That has to be the tallest shadow figure I have seen so far in video. He also claimed that he still hears the voices he heard in the place, indicating he might hallucinate. I don't know what makes a house small for someone, but it seems like nowadays houses are considered small as long as they don't have more than 3 rooms. We are not here to discuss the housing industry. No, we are here to discuss the situation of our next man who just moved into his new home, which he described as a small house. Buddy, I don't know about you, but to me, the house based on the videos looks like an average-sized house. Not too big and not too small, just enough to live happily ever after. That's, of course, if you're not stuck in a situation such as the one he is stuck in. So he moved in recently, as I just mentioned, and he lives alone. So, what's the big deal? Is he yet to find a partner or a wife? Yeah, that's why a ghost moves in with him until he finds that partner. Either that, or the ghost had already taken over long before this guy even occupied the venue. As he was chilling on his bed one night, he was awakened by his door being slammed. Maybe you will say, it's just the neighbor, they might be in need of some sugar. Well, what kind of neighbor would knock on someone's door at 2 a.m. just for some sugar? And what kind of neighbor would knock on the bedroom door, which means they have already gotten inside the house? The man stood up and immediately rushed to open the door, only to find nothing. This incident kept on repeating the following nights, but then it started escalating further, as in one instance, he opens the door only for the broom to drop right in front of him, even though this broom was never there in the first place. Such an incident occurred again the following night, where the broom was lying right in front of the door that leads to the kitchen. The kitchen, where the guy encounters one of his items that was on the kitchen island, being dragged by some invisible force. One night, he even heard sounds of children outside his bedroom, but these sounds vanished quickly as he opened the door. The doorknobs were also on a business of their own, jiggling and rattling as if they were about to get screwed off.
Uhum.
It's so overwhelmingly lonely to be alone in a new house just knowing that your new house is haunted, but it seems like the house isn't fully finished yet, which could also mean that the place is newly built, which indicates that it doesn't have history to begin with. That, or some parts, are under reconstruction. When a ghost is trying to convey a message to an intruder, otherwise known as an investigator, they would give signals before they begin taking it to the next step. Some ghosts would begin with the next step without signs, and other ghosts would take the polite approach. The next step usually depends on what kind of ghost you're dealing with. But in the next video, the investigators were dealing with a polite type of ghost, or should I say, a polite spirit form, from what it seems. But the team never understood the message and ended up scurrying away in a bad mood. But obviously, they didn't get to that point out of nothing. As they headed to an old abandoned house, they did what I just described about the ghosts. They sent the viewers a message that evil can remain dormant through time, only to awaken when someone unsuspecting stumbles upon it. A message like that means either you're completely aware of its meaning and would never do something as stupid, or you just read it off the internet and you're reading it back to the people. I will go with the second option though, because based on their investigation, they are type B. The house itself is believed to harbor a lingering, possibly malevolent presence. Before Zen and his team entered the house though, they ventured to the old garage of the house where they found what left them speechless and baffled. They found 2 legs of what seemed like a bird nailed to the wall strangely, but the real action begins when they got inside the house where they began hearing heavy footsteps here and there. Throughout the investigation, they got some signals from the K2 meter spiking up randomly, but the clear message from the ghost was coming from the spirit box, where it said and insisted that it passed away and that one of the rooms was his, indicating that the ghost haunting the place might be the previous owner. The knocks became heavier as the investigation lasted longer, but then the bangs on the wall became so heavy they had to flee the place. Before they did though, they had to make sure they didn't miss some ghostly apparition, which the ghost seemed to have disliked as he flipped the table upside down right in front of them, scaring them out.
Mostra que tem nome ali. Litros antigo aqui. Aqui era uma garagem, né? Isso. Tudo indica, né?
Aparentemente uma garagem.
Estranho, né?
Sim, é osso aí, ó.
Mas não é de galinha isso. Nossa, até ali algum bicho, né? Uma ave, né?
É, não é a galinha porque ela também das unhas, né? Nossa.
Chegar perto da função, olha. Que estranho, tá aqui, né?
E tá pregado lá, tá vendo que ele pregou? Tem um prego tá vendo ali. Será que é verdade mesmo?
O quê? Isso aí que ninguém assistiu.
Ninguém assistiu, né?
E provavelmente, não sei, devia ser do mesmo dono.
Ah, com certeza.
Não, não é.
Não. Ele deu uma risadinha.
Não é, viu?
Hã?
Ele falou não é e deu uma risadinha. De quem que pertence aqui, então? Nossa, mano. Depois do barulho, mano.
Quem?
Um barulho dentro.
Foi aqui, ó, nesse quarto. Parece que mexeu uma dessas madeiras.
Pode ser o quarto deles.
Será?
No tamanho, geralmente o quarto maior são dos.
Aqui era o...
Nossa, mano.
O quê?
Passa um negócio branco lá na janela.
Aqui era o quarto de vocês? Ó. Escutou?
Tem, acho que um piso. Pisão.
Aqui, ó. No quarto de novo.
Quer fazer switchbox aí no quarto?
Eu acho melhor. Tá vindo tudo aqui? Desce.
Ó, tem prego aqui, ó. Cuidado aí. Ó, fica depois da cabeça.
Pode ir lá junto, hein?
Ó, o cadê aqui, sabe? Meu Deus, cheiro. Olha o cheiro. Meu Deus do céu. Ó, o cadê no vermelho.
Ô, louco. Ó.
Estourou em cima.
Estourou em cima aqui.
Ó o fedor que tem aqui, mano.
Nossa, ó.
Cheiro que assim?
Cheiro estranho, né? Caraca, né, José?
Mas o que te segura aqui?
O que, Matheus?
Em quantas pessoas estão?
Hã?
Meu Deus do céu.
Nossa!
Em cima. Vai. Tá andando aqui.
Aqui estou.
Já falou?
Aqui estou, mano. Onde?
Meu Deus do céu, Sandro! O que foi isso, mano?
Cara. Ô! Você viu que foi um barulho na porta do armário?
Meu Deus! Nossa, mano! Vamos embora dessa casa, velho!
Meu Deus do céu! Mano do céu! Vamos pensar.
Ô, Sandro, vou entrar mais aí, mano.
Você tá escutando barulho?
Nossa, mano! Barulho, cara. Meu Deus do céu, cara! Vou vazar daí, mano! Vou vazar daí.
Meu Deus do céu, cara!
Ó! Viu o que passou lá?
Escutou o barulho lá dentro?
Meu Deus, cara. Tá lá dentro de novo ou não? Meu Deus do céu, cara! Que bonito, velho!
Cara, você viu isso? A mesa levantou no ar, mano.
Olha lá, ó. Chegou a quebrar, velho.
Você viu que a mesa levantou no ar?
Meu Deus, mano.
Você tá louco, velho?
In the first 2/3 of the video, the pace was really slow and not so intimidating, but the last act got the job done for me. If you have ever lost someone so precious to you in your life, like lost that person completely, that person passed away, and then later started feeling some uneasy, eerie events begin occurring in your house, then I will let you know. Buddy, that person you admire so much might be responsible for these events. They might be trying to send you a message of some sort, which is related to our case in the next video, where we have a lady named Sandra, whose mother has passed away recently. Not so long after, she began noticing some eerie events occurring in her house, and she caught on camera what left her and her viewers speechless. One day, she decided to record her dresser, not because she wanted to sell it or anything, or to show off what's inside of it, which she did later, but not for the reasons you're thinking of. She began recording the dresser because one of its drawers began moving on its own, as if someone was actually sliding it open, even though there is no one in there, clearly. This made the viewers question whether there is something inside the drawer that could be resulting in such paranormal phenomena, in which she had to make another video to show her audience what's inside the drawer. She found a music box with a message inside of it, which she claimed might be the cause of the activity. Little did she know it has nothing to do with it. It's her mother. Every time she brings up her name, some creepy paranormal activity happens.
To keep it in my house, my mom passed away. Like, why? I looked underneath the drawer, I looked behind it, there's nothing making it pop out. It seems like it's when I bring up my mom that something happens. Mom? Your cat's fired. Okay, let's do it. I don't know what could be in this drawer. I have my bathing suits and stuff. Halloween shorts that I need to put in the Halloween stuff. Lingerie. Brown case. My Magnificent Fizz. My bells are just like, I don't know, clear room or something, I don't know. A lot of books for my cruise. I went on a cruise last year and I have leftover ones. Dog's bandana. Bra. What's this? Something my daughter got me. So I do think that this is it, if it is anything, but I'm kind of feeling like this is. I found this note that I'm going to post on top of here from my mom. And then I listen to what this plays. What the? What? Like, why?
Is it going off?
Yeah, by itself again. Like, this is getting weird.
Is it grinding the actual?
Yes! That is what I'm saying. What
Off.
I did. Right.
Actually turn it off underneath. Underneath, turn it off.
And it's button, like, it's a button thing. So, like, it should not turn on unless someone presses the button. And I'm the one in front of it. So there's no reason. And if it's mom doing it, Brad, it's right when I said mom.
I know. Hit it again, turn it off.
Mom, is that you doing that?
Get the
I'm not making this up.
I know you're not making this up. I'm watching it. I'm seeing it right here. I just got a chill when that happened.
I don't know what the thing on the sink was. I really have no idea, and I'm just too lazy to take a photo of it and search it up on Google to find out. We have a man who decided to set up his tent in a bamboo forest beside the river, eat a fresh, delicious fish dinner, relax, and take himself to sleep in a beautiful night alone. But little did he know, or should I say, based on his channel's content, where he always faces paranormal activities no matter where he goes somehow, he did know that this comfy night was going to turn into constant night of paranormal encounters because he was going to face some scary occurrences before he left the place in peace. Though in the first half, the trip was just like any ordinary camping trip until the night fell when he began hearing some strange, faint sounds. So he had to set up his CCTV camera to capture any weird phenomena, which he did end up capturing a couple of. Like, for example, his pot was thrown far away from its place, and so was his light stand. And he kept waking up to some sounds, like at one point he heard footsteps outside his tent, as if someone was walking across the river. The camera even caught a shadowy figure of what looks like a female ghost.
Cocok banget kalau orang kebisingan di rumah terus kita ngungsi di sini. Oke, kita langsung ceritakan di lokasi ini kenapa saya akan bermalam di sini, karena ceritanya cukup horor dan cukup menarik banget bagi saya, teman-teman. Oke teman-teman, kita pasang CCTV, kita sorot arah ke sana teman-teman. Ini barusan ya terdengar kayak ada langkah di atas air gitu. Ini sering banget suaranya teman-teman. Terus di atas itu kayak suara bambu bergerak, nggak tahu angin, nggak tahu apa teman-teman. Di atas ini barusan banget suaranya teman-teman. Kita keburu-buru masang CCTV, kita sorot ke arah ke sana dulu teman-teman. Tuh di air ini sering banget kayak suara injik-injik air nyebrang gitu. Tapi nggak tahu itu hewan, nggak tahu apa, makanya kita sorot dulu CCTV arah ke sana dulu ya.
I'm not going to troll this man or criticize him for the ghostly apparition. It didn't look convincing, but that's not my point of criticism. My point here is that based on the story he provided, that locals have reported that a spirit of a man would be walking across the place at night, knocking on these people's doors and acting strangely. The ghostly apparition should not have been a female, and you should not have reached this point and not subscribed or watched the next video on screen.